Hi, my name is Besse, and I am a senior in energy engineering. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about an alternative fuel that Brazil is producing. Now, Brazil is the largest exporter of sugar in the world. They extract this sugar from sugarcane, and they have the ideal climate to cultivate large amounts of sugarcane. However, this sugarcane is also being used in other practices that are benefiting their energy sector in Brazil. So Brazil has successfully transitioned from importing almost 80% of its total oil consumption back in the 1970s to becoming virtually energy independent and also a leader in renewable energy. They are the second largest producer of ethanol fuel in the world, second to the United States, which produce ethanol from corn. But sugarcane provides Brazil with over 15% of the total country's energy needs, as you can see in this pie chart. So almost 40% of the country's gasoline needs have been replaced by sugarcane ethanol. This sugarcane ethanol is used as a transportation fuel, and also the leftover fibers and stalks are also used in the generation of bioelectricity. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the process of the ethanol. So first of all, the feedstock sugarcane is mainly sucrose. It's a disaccharide which goes into an extraction process, and then the cane juice goes into a fermentation process where there's yeast, and at this stage it becomes about 15 to 20% ethanol, but then it goes further down into the process into distillation column where the purity increases to about 95%, but then the top product goes into molecular sieves, and in this stage, the purity reaches 100%, which is what we call the anhydrous ethanol, which is a fuel grade ethanol. Now, the bottoms of the distillation column goes into a thick liquid and is called vinasse. And that liquid can actually be used in a thermophilic digester to produce methane, which that methane is also used to produce electricity. And also the bagasse, which is the solid residue after extracting the juice, goes into a boiler, and that can be used to produce the heat and the steam, which gives the electricity to power the entire process. So as you can see, it is a closed cycle because it's using the waste to produce the electricity for the process. Now, these are some of the vehicles that are used that can use that ethanol, that sugarcane ethanol, and they are flex fuel vehicles. You can see there's a variety of vehicles, from a sedan to a hatchback to a crossover, and actually they have produced in 2009 the first motorcycle, which is a flex fuel motorcycle in Brazil. Next, you can see that there is already about 68% of the vehicles, of light commercial vehicles, that are being produced in Brazil. So the gasoline are becoming less and less, and the flex fuel is increasing more and more, and it's projected to be to over 85% by 2020. And as you can see, there is a reduction of greenhouse gas. They only give about 18 grams of carbon dioxide produced per megajoule of energy. And so in the future, they can actually use the lignocellulosic ethanol because it contains 2/3 of the energy in the fiber and the straw left over after taking out the cellulosic ethanol. And at the same time, this ethanol is being used as a substitute for petroleum in the production of bioplastics. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you learned something.